Hey friends, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel, and today I will be celebrating my birthday. I will be spending time with family and going to the bookstore, so I thought I would take you along with me. I am going to try to do this bookstore visit a little bit differently than I have in the past. I'm going to attempt to show more restraint than I would have otherwise because books are expensive, and I'm not complaining about the price because I know that writers need to make money. Being a writer myself, I understand, but it's too much money to waste on books. And what I mean by that is most of the books that I buy, I don't end up liking enough to keep. I don't deem them worthy enough to be put on my bookshelf because I really wouldn't want to read most of them a second time. So in that case, it is a waste of money because I bought this book that I'm never going to read again, that I didn't ultimately like that much. It would have made more sense if I had checked it out from the library and read it that way, and then I wouldn't have had to spend any money on it. So what I'm going to try to do is see if I can find copies of books that I already know that I want, that I've already read and just don't have a copy of. I may allow myself to buy one or two books that I'm really excited to read that I haven't read yet, if I can find them, but we'll see what happens. I can't ultimately promise anything because I don't know what's going to actually go down once I walk into that store, but we will see what happens, and hopefully it will just be a really nice day. Hello! It is now much later and I finally have time to share the book haul with you guys that I picked up at the bookstore. We went to Hobby Lobby as well, as I'm sure you saw, and I picked up a few things including this ivy that I now have on my bookshelf and this little cactus behind me. I did not pick up a lot of books at the bookstore because, as I said, I restrained myself from going crazy because otherwise I'd end up buying a lot of books that ultimately probably would be disappointing and that I wouldn't end up keeping. So I did take a chance on one book that I was really excited for. I did see another book series that I want to read that I probably would have taken a chance on if they'd had book one, and I don't understand why bookstores don't tend to keep the first book in the series. I understand having the latest book out because people who follow the series will want that, but if it were my books in the bookstore, I would want the latest book in the series and the first book so that people who have followed the series can pick up the latest installment and people who might be interested in it can pick up the very first book and read from there, because they're probably not going to read a series if all you have is book 2 and book 8. That's just my personal opinion. So I did not end up taking a chance on that book because there was no book 1 there. If there had been, I probably would have bought it. I did momentarily debate with myself about whether or not I should buy a copy of The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I have not yet read it, but I've heard it's very good. I just have doubts because the book is so long, but I do plan to read it, but I did not buy it. So let's get into what I did buy. The first 3 books all go together, and they're probably very familiar. We have Mockingjay, Catching Fire, and The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. So I got the whole trilogy. I have read all of these books, and I like them. I just didn't own them, so it was pretty much a safe bet for me. Catching Fire was my favorite of the movies. I like it a lot. I did not like Mockingjay the book as much, and I didn't really like the movies much either, but I thought it was okay, and the other 2 were pretty good, so I got the whole trilogy. Next is a book that I was aware was coming out, and I wanted to get a copy of it. I just had not realized that it came out already, and that is 3 Debts Paid by Anne Perry, and this is the latest in the Daniel Pitt mystery series. I own all of the books up to this point, even though there is still one that comes before this that I haven't read yet, but I plan to do that, so I picked this up because they're all on the shelf, even though you can't see them because they're down here on the floor, but they're all here, and I plan on reading all of them, so this is a pretty safe bet. And lastly, we have the one book I allowed myself to take a chance on, and that is The Unspoken Name by A.K. Larkwood. And this is the first in a duology, I believe, and there are gods in this book, and the main character knows the exact day that she will die. She's going to be a sacrifice for one god in particular, but a wizard offers her a way out, a way to change her fate, which she then takes in exchange for helping him, and the main conflict is that gods do not forget, so she managed to cheat death, in other words, and the god's not happy about that. So this gives me some Viking vibes. I don't know if that's true, but that's just the impression that I got from what little I do know about it, but I'm very excited to read it, and hopefully it will be very good, but I kind of think that it might be bad, because every time that I get my hopes up for a book and really want it to be good, it turns out not to be very good. But we will see. This is the only book I allowed myself to take a risk on, so we will see if it pays off or not. So there is my little book haul. I hope you enjoyed this book haul, birthday bookstore vlog mishmash of a video. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me. I had a really fun time, and even though I'm filming this part of the video weeks after the fact, I really enjoyed it. I had a fun time, and I hope you did as well. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!